Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special. Live tonight, high school basketball. The Stow Bulldogs versus the Green Bulldogs with veteran sportscaster Ron Whitmer and color analyst Eric Whitmer. Stay tuned for all the action right here on Fifth Dimension Radio Sports Special.
Good evening and welcome to Stow Monroe Falls High School for the Fifth Dimension Radio High School Basketball Game of the Week, brought to you by Jobs for Ohio's graduates and the Stable. I'm Ron Whitmer, and I'm joined in the booth by color analyst Eric Whitmer for tonight's interleague battle between the Green Bulldogs and the host Stow Monroe Falls Bulldogs. Coach Mitchell Spottleson's Green squad limps into tonight's game at 1-4 overall and 0-2 in the Federal League. Meanwhile, it's been an up-and-down start for Coach Chet Feldman's Bulldogs, who find themselves at 3-4 overall and 2-2 in the Suburban League National Division. Green's coming off a 15-point loss to Lake, while Stow found their footing with a 19-point margin of victory at Wadsworth on Friday night. We'll talk to both coaches and set the table for tonight's matchup right after this message from JOG.
Jobs for Ohio's graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, jogworks.org, for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
Ron Whitmer here courtside prior to tonight's game between Green and Stow Monroe Falls, speaking with Coach Mitchell Spottelson from the Green Bulldogs. Coach, probably not the start to the season that you were hoping for, but it's real early yet. I'm wondering what do your guys need to do to kind of turn the ship back in the direction you want to be heading?
Yeah, we're a young team. There's no question about that. We've thrown a lot of youth right into the fire, and when you play the schedule that we play and a couple of those games in there, we knew we were going to take some bumps. Did we want to take the bumps that we've hit as much as we've done it? No, but I think for us it's just continuing to improve and understanding what mistakes were made a game before and then being able to apply it going forward. You know, we watch a lot of film and we talk about the mistakes that we make, and we're just hoping to see improvement and growth, and also still just keeping them positive and, you know, understanding they can do it, they will be able to do it. We just got to get them there.
You mentioned your schedule. Not only do you play in the brutal Federal League, but you schedule up, it appears, in your non-league games as well. So is it important for you guys to get games like tonight that, Stow's about a 500 team? You look at this as a winnable game and one that can really set you on your way for your league season?
Yeah, I mean, I also have a ton of respect for this program, and we don't, we're not coming in here feeling like this is a gimme by any means. They play extremely physical, which is something that we need for our league. So that's something that highlights a little bit of hey, let's play them on a non-conference, because I think they compare to when you go play a Hoover and you go play a Perry, and that kind of physicality that we need to win league games. So that's a little bit what goes into that for sure.
What's your focus defensively tonight? Is there anybody in particular you feel like you have to shut down or contain?
Yeah, 15, I go by numbers a lot, right. But 15, let me pull up name right here. Norman and then Jake Harrington are both seniors that we played against last year and we have a lot of focus on. And then 24, being the young sophomore guard, can really penetrate. So a lot of stuff that we've worked on is just focusing on stopping their penetration, keeping them out of the paint, and just forcing them to, have to finish over high contested hands and stuff like that. But we've noticed that when they get downhill and when they can get to the rim, that's when they start clicking offensively.
Then on the flip
flip side for you offensively? Who needs to have the ball? Who needs to shoot the ball?
Yeah, I would say probably stat-wise, if you looked at it, we've got two guys that probably take about 60% of our shots. Sophomore Chase Wolochuk and sophomore 35 Ethan Wyrick. They're two sophomores that, like I talked about earlier, we've put a lot of responsibility on. And for us to be clicking offensively, we need strong games from them and then efficient games from the rest of the crew.
Coach, good luck tonight. Have a great Christmas and a successful rest of your season.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys doing this for sure.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. TheStable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. TheStable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Ron Whitmer here, courtside with Stow Monroe Falls first-year coach Chet Feldman. Coach, your team's 3-4 going into tonight's action, 2-2 in your league. Is it the kind of start you anticipated?
No, I actually thought that we would have gave Kent a little better game. But again, being a first-year coach, new players, getting used to me, getting used to the staff, it just took a little longer than we wanted them to start getting used to us. But we're falling into a little routine now, and hopefully it'll be better down the road.
Yeah, it was a little up and down here to start the season. We had a nice, convincing win at Wadsworth last week. Is your team appear to be ready to string some wins together, do you think?
Yeah, I hope so. We talked about that. We talked about this stretch, trying to get some confidence going into the end of December and into the new year. So they know where we're at, and, we'll see. Hopefully they come out with some energy.
For folks not familiar with your team, who do we look for to get the ball in their hands to score for you tonight?
So we have Eddie Norman, who's a senior. He's played pretty well for us the last two wins that we've had. We also look to Jake Harrington. And also our point guard, sophomore Logan Fleschauer. He's the one who came from St. V.
Okay. Yeah, Harrington, we covered a Stow game for football, and some things transfer, some things don't, but the leadership certainly does. We saw a game earlier of yours this season, and you could see that leadership again. So do you look for him to lead every game? I
definitely look for him to be our leader. We have three captains, but he's our speaking captain. Right. He covers so much up on the defensive end for us and in the locker room. It's hard at this age for kids to lose a game, win a game, lose a few, not staying in that losing mentality and getting out of it. And, Jake's pretty good at helping us coaches with that part of it.
Okay. So broadening out a little bit, Suburban Nashville, you're even at this point in the season. How's the league look to you? Is it going to be a battle to the finish? Do you see anybody pulling away?
Well, Brecksville is, they really manhandled us at their place.
Right.
Every other game that I see on film and the games that we've been in so far, it's a pretty even league.
Right.
I think it's going to come down to that last week of who takes this Suburban title.
Okay, that's Coach Chet Feldman. Coach, good luck tonight, and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of two worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, burgers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Welcome back, and Merry Christmas from the J&C Tightly Gymnasium here at the campus of Stow Monroe Falls High School. I'm Ron Whitmer, joined in the booth by Eric Whitmer. And Eric, a couple days before the season gets started and already again tonight, there we go. We're getting a little bit in terms of some technical difficulties, but here we are heading into the holiday season, and we're still hooping it up. And for most of the world, maybe that's not a good thing, but for guys like you and me, it's always basketball season, correct?
Absolutely. This is an interesting time for coaches. When you have kids that aren't in school, in the holiday season can be distracting at times, and so these non-league games over the Christmas break can sometimes bring out the best and sometimes something less than best with young kids. So I'm looking forward to see what happens tonight.
So coming in tonight, if you were with us in the pregame, the Green program is off to a slow start. They're 1-4 coming in, and you and I had the privilege of seeing Stow play Solon a little earlier in the season. We happened to catch them on the right night because they look like a team to be reckoned with. The night we were here, they've had some struggles, and thus their 3-4 record. But Coach Chet Feldman has indicated that he thinks they're ready to start stringing some wins together and be a factor in the Suburban League National Conference. So we'll keep an eye on that for tonight. We got a veteran team against a pretty young team. Green starts 3 sophomores. So, I mean, that can go, especially in the early season, to explain the slow start for the Bulldogs, a traditionally strong program. And I'm going to have to catch myself, Eric, because when I say Bulldogs, we got 2 teams of Bulldogs tonight. So I'm talking about the Green Bulldogs being the younger team. And Stow is a pretty veteran team, and they look to even things out. And they, as Coach Feldman told us, are missing their point guard. He'll be back after the turn of the calendar, which will make Stow even a better team, and hopefully for their sakes in the second half of the season.
Well, I really like what I saw the night we were here for the Stow-Solon game. I just think Stow has a lot to build on here. They have a little bit of depth and a lot of room to grow, I think. And it's a long season, and the opportunity is there for Stow. And I liked what Coach Spottelson said about his team from Green. Everybody wants to win, but right now the focus is, are we getting better? And again, it's a long season, so you have to be honest with what you're doing out there quarter by quarter, game by game, and what you're really looking for with a young team like is just continual improvement, and you'll take the wins where you can.
The other thing that he mentioned was the physicality of the Federal League, and he felt like tonight with Stow, who is a very physical team, can only help build his team's readiness for their Federal League season. So we've got just a couple of minutes to go. Let's take a quick look at the starting lineups for tonight. For the Green Bulldogs, starters are Chase Wolashuk. He's a 5'10 forward. Casey Reichlich, 6-foot forward. David Zarnecki is the 6'4 forward. Carter Buckshaw, also at 6'4". And Ethan Wyrick at 6'4". Actually, the first 2 were guards. The last 2 were forwards. The last 2 are the sophomores, and especially Wyrick, he looks forward to be a factor offensively. For the Stow Bulldogs, the veteran, the senior starter down low is Andrew Rippleman, and our listeners will remember him as a really high-quality all Northeast Ohio tight end for the Bulldog football team. Also their quarterback, the 6-foot Jake Harrington, will start at guard, the senior. Jack Takelet, another senior, is 6'2", along with Eddie Norman, the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, is a 6-foot senior, and the sophomore sensation at guard, Logan Fleischauer. So we're going to take this break, take a quick listen to our national anthem and be right back for the opening tip-off.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
The Stow Monroe Falls High School pep band here regaling us with the national anthem. So, Eric, just a couple of minutes as they introduce the starting lineups for tonight. Curious a little bit. So, you spent many years, and you can enumerate the actual number as a head boys basketball coach in Northeast Ohio. My question goes back to that notion of momentum and Stow trying to build some wins in a row here and get off that roller coaster up and down season. So we're 5 to 7 or 8 games into the season now, depending on the school. Is momentum in terms of wins and losses a thing, and do you think it starts to count about now?
I think it's a thing, but I think it's also really important to be honest with your team and your players, because sometimes wins and losses can be deceiving. And what you're really wanting to look at is, are we getting better? Are we growing as a team? Because basketball season is a marathon, and it's quite different than the football thing where you play once a week, you got 10 games. Basketball spreads out over a period of time, and you can't let your team get too high or too low. It's the focus on getting better. And, I think both of these teams have promise for the remainder of the season moving forward.
And does it make sense that the younger team is more prone to getting stuck in that losing mode after a couple of losses in a row, whereas a veteran senior team might be more likely to be able to pull themselves out of it?
Yeah, I think that's a good point, because not always, but often when you have young talent like Green does, those kids are used to winning at a lower level, and if they come up to the varsity level and they don't have a lot of success right away, it's important to stay focused on attitude and effort regardless of what your overall record is. And so, I think it's something to keep an eye on with a younger group in particular.
I wanted to take this opportunity again to apologize. We got started a little late tonight through no fault of our own. A lot of what happens here at the holiday time is the schools build these day-long events. So not only did the freshman boys and JV boys precede us here tonight, but before that, earlier today, there was a game between the Lake and Stow Monroe Falls girls, both JVs and varsity. So it's been a day-long treat of basketball for the fans here in Stow and Monroe Falls, and this is the culmination of a long day. We actually are on the air a little earlier than normal because it is the holiday season, and I expect there are a few still in the audience that may have a gift or two to buy. You're listening to one of them. I hope only one of them, but it's tradition for me. So let's see who gets the presents here tonight as we're about ready for opening tip-off. For Stow, it'll be 6'4" Andrew Reichelman jumping, and for Green, let's see if we can pick up the number here. For Green, looks like that'll be Ethan Wyrick jumping for the Green Bulldogs. On your radio dial, the Stow Bulldogs will be going from right to left, and the opening tip is controlled by Green. In the backcourt, bringing it ahead for Green is Chase
Woloshuk. Woloshuk to Wyrick on the near side. Wyrick driving to the baseline, pulls it back, gets it back to Woloshuk. He'll pull up for a three, off the rim, no good, tipped around, taken down in the corner by Right-Click for Green. Driving the lane for Green is Wyrick. His shot is no good, but there's a foul on the play. Looks like the foul will go against number 12, Jack Tyklick. So his first and the team's first. Free throw is up and good by Wyrick. And we're on the board. Green leads 1-0.
First time down the floor, Green is in that 1-4 high set, looking to get some screens on the wing and looking for their back doors.
Second free throw also good, so it's Green leading 2-0 here. Just underway in the first quarter. Bringing the ball up court for Stow is Logan Fleischauer. Fleischauer on the far side gets it to Reichelman. Reichelman bounces inside to Norman, back to Reichelman, top of the key to Fleischauer. Fleischauer back to Reichelman, back to Fleischauer. They'll reset up top. Fleischauer driving to the right side of the lane, pulls his dribble up, looking for help, and it's out to Norman. Norman cross court to Harrington. He'll drive, kick it in the corner to Tyklet. Tyklet back in the corner to Norman. His three-pointer is right there, and the Stow Bulldogs are on the board. Eddie Norman with his first three of the night. Chase Woloshuk for the Green Bulldogs, top of the key. Gets it in the corner to Wyrick. Wyrick pulls up for an 8-footer, rolls around the rim and drops in. Wyrick with a quick 4, and Green leads 4-3. Ahead is Fleischauer across the timeline. Fleischauer crossover dribble to the top of the key. He'll pull up for a 3. Around the rim, drops off, tapped around. We've got a foul. Looks like it's going to stay on the Stow end. Foul's on number 20.
Don't see a lot of threes from Stow normally, but they got 2 up already, got 1 to go.
Inbound pass to Fleischauer, and his 3 from the far side is good. Logan Fleischauer, the sophomore, and it's a Stow 6-4 lead. Ahead is Woloshuk. Woloshuk, long pass to Wyrick, and he stepped on the end line, giving the ball back to Stow. They lead 6-4, 6:08 remaining here in the first quarter. Walking the ball up the floor is Fleischauer for Stow. Dribbles to the right side, now to the top of the key, working against Woloshuk in the man-to-man. Norman now, back to Fleischauer in the corner. Baseline, skip pass to Harrington. Harrington pulls up for a 10-footer off the iron, no good. Rebound by number 3 for Green. That's Casey Reichlich. Ball goes out of bounds on the far side, giving the ball back to Stow.
2 unforced turnovers for Green. Can't really afford that early in the game, anytime really. Looks like they've gone a little bit of matchup zone here, Ron. 1-2-2.
Fleischauer out top, gets it to Norman in the corner, and back out top to Fleischauer. Fleischauer left-hand dribble between the legs now. He'll get it in the corner to Harrington. Harrington inside, back to Harrington in the corner. He's into the lane, kicks it out to Norman, back to Harrington. He'll drive baseline, and he's in trouble outside now to Fleischauer, drives into the lane, pulls up, 6-footer, no good, gets his own rebound, misses again off the front of the iron, and the ball is brought down by Green's number 20, David Sarnicki. Off to Woloshuk, across the timeline to the top of the key. Between his legs now. Gets the ball to 20 Zarnicki, to Wyrick for the 3-pointer. It's good, and Green has a 7-6 lead, 4:51. All of the Green scoring by Ethan Wyrick at this point. Fleischauer to Harrington on the near side. In the corner to Fleischauer. He gets it inside. No good, but the foul. And shooting 2 will be Jack Tyklet.
Looks like Stow's just trying to take what they can get here from Green. Green's sagging in a little bit with that matchup zone, creating some openings on the perimeter and occasionally slashing in there.
So at the line is Tyklet for 2 shots. Foul was on Zarnicki, his second
personal, second team foul. And we have our first substitutions of the game. Coming in for Green is Hayden Lewis to replace Zarnicki. And for Stow, Thomas Shaw checks in, along with number 20, Seth Hartenberg. Second shot up and around the rim and out. Rebound by Wyrick for Green. They control in the backcourt. Stowe showing some three-quarter court pressure here. Green across the timeline. Wyrick at the foul line. Drives, pulls up from 8. No good. Rebound by number 20, Seth Hartenberg. He kicks it ahead to Fleischauer to the foul line. Kicks in the corner to Norman. His shot up, in and out. Rebound Green. Ahead to Woloshuk, but again, a pass out of bounds. Another unforced error. Giving the ball back to Stowe. 4:14 remaining. Green leads 7-6.
It's tough turnovers. Don't have that kind of margin for error right now, but they're off to a good start for Green.
Norman with the ball for Stowe. Gets it in the corner to Fleischauer. He'll pull up for 3, and it's right there. The sophomore has 6 early points, and Stowe regains the lead at 9-7. Woloshuk picks up his dribble in the backcourt, then throws it away. Norman with the steal. He lobs it ahead to Thomas. Thomas has the ball taken away by Wyrick. He'll drive coast to coast into the lane. Running layup is blocked, but the loose ball picked up and put in by Casey Reichlich for Green. To the other end, Fleischauer running one-hander from 6 feet. And he hits. He's got 8 quick first-quarter points.
Stowe in that three-quarter court press.
Stowe leads 11-9. In the corner for Green is Reichlich. He gets it out top to Woloshuk. Woloshuk working against Thomas. Between the legs dribble, hands off to Wyrick. Wyrick gets it in the corner to Lewis. Lewis back to Wyrick. He fakes the three-pointer, gets it to Lewis, got away with a travel, kicks it in the corner to Carter Buckshaw, whose shot is no good, taken down by Stowe, and Fleischauer ahead on the dribble. The quick sophomore kicks it in the corner to Norman. Norman looking for the shot, instead gets it to Thomas in front of the Green bench. Thomas back out to Fleischauer. Fleischauer near the logo, dribbling, calling out the play. Takes it off the dribble, hands to Thomas Shaw, I'll get that right. Shaw on the far side to Fleischauer in the corner. Nice dish pass inside, but the ball is blocked. Jack Teichlit's shot blocked. Green down to the other end. Woloshuk top the key. He drives foul line extended left, pulls up for a 12-footer blocked by Shaw. He gets the loose ball, puts it up, and it's fouled. Nice job by Woloshuk staying with the play. He'll go to the line. And it looks like the foul's going to be on 20. Seth Hartenberg with his first, and the Bulldogs' second foul, but it was a shooting foul. That'll put Woloshuk at the line for 2.
Right now, Green's doing a nice job just trying to shut down the lane and mixing it up on defense with the matchup zone and some switching man-to-man perhaps. But to Stowe's credit, they've knocked down 3 threes already in the first quarter.
Woloshuk's first free throw was good. Makes it an 11-10 game. He sights and shoots. Second one also good, so we're even at 11 with 2:01 remaining in the first quarter. Ahead off the dribble is Logan Fleischauer. Fleischauer gets it to Shaw on the far side. Inside, and the pass thrown out of bounds that time by Teichlit, giving the ball back to the Green Bulldogs, and inbounding will be Wyrick again against that three-quarter court pressure. Eric looks giving a look like a 1-2-2 press.
1-2-2, yeah.
Far side pass goes to Bennett Wright, who's checked in for Green. He gets it back out to Woloshuk. Woloshuk passes to Wright. Backdoor pass to Woloshuk, and he gets the layup. A nice backdoor move and pass from the Bulldogs, and they have taken a 13-11 lead.
They set that up beautifully.
Fleischauer ahead on the dribble, gets to the near side to Shaw.
Shaw, ball kicked out to the far side, now to the corner to Hartenberg. Hartenberg inside the Teichlet. Back outside now to Shaw. Shaw to Grady Fink. Fink back to Shaw, top of the key. He'll hand it to Fleischauer, and they'll reset with less than a minute to play. First quarter. Fleischauer. Foul line, Lane. Nice dish inside the Teichlet. His first two, and Stow has tied it at 13. Woloshuk ahead to Wyrick. Wyrick, top of the key to the foul line. Nice dish inside. Running layup is good by Bryce Mitchell.
Stow with a busted assignment there on that press. Gave up a layup there. Going to have to tighten that up.
Shaw on the near side, now to the corner off the dribble. Gets it back out to Fleischauer for Stow. Top of the key. Crossover dribble back to Shaw. He'll sight and shoot a three off the back of the iron and almost kicked in. Rebound, kicked back out to Shaw. Shaw looking for help. Gets it to Hartenberg. Off the dribble. Hartenberg to Fink. Fink in the lane, lost control, taken away, and Green with Woloshuk's almost half-court quarter-ending shot. Our score at the end of one quarter, Green 15, Stow 13. We'll be back after this.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
The three-point line, you know.
So we're back here at Stow High School, and the score at the end of the first quarter, Green 15, Stow 13. And Eric, you were just telling me about the matchup zone. You want to clue our fans in on that?
Well, sometimes with the matchup zone, if you're trying to spot it as a fan, you can see the defensive players talking to each other and releasing their man from one man to another, and it can be confused at times with a switching man-to-man. But honestly, what's happening here is I think Green is saying, hey, beat us from the three-point line. And right now, Stow's been able to drop three, and they're not a big three-point shooting team. So we're off to an interesting start here.
So I think I inadvertently gave a bucket to Stow's Bryce Mitchell, even though he wasn't in the game. That went for his counterpart from the Green Bulldogs, Bennett Wright, who got the bucket. So therefore, Green has the 2-point lead as we start the second quarter. Fleischauer bringing the ball across. Top of the key, gets a screen at the top of the key, fakes the three-pointer and has a nice pass inside to Andrew Rickelman, who's fouled on his way to the hoop. Foul is on number 11, Hayden Lewis.
Fleischauer's doing a nice job of creating some penetration in there and finding the open man.
Yeah, for a sophomore, he's very smooth out front. So Rickelman at the line. First shot up and good. So Andrew Rickelman is on the board for the Stow Bulldogs. And they trail by 1, 15-14. Ron Whitmer, Eric Whitmer here on Fifth Dimension Radio. Thanks for joining us on this Christmas Eve. Andrew Rickelman, the senior. Second shot, also good, and we are tied at 15. Stow stays in the press. Woloshuk bringing it ahead for Green, splits the trap, gets it to Wyrick. Wyrick back to Woloshuk, and he'll set the offense for Green. Stow in the half-court man now, they're falling back man, and we got an action off the ball and a foul. Looks like it might be Rickelman. No, it's not. It's 15, Eddie Norman for Stow. So that's Norman's first foul and the first team foul here in the second quarter for the Stow Bulldogs. Wyrick will trigger the inbound, gets the Woloshuk on the wing out top. Cross court now to number 13, who is Bennett Wright. Right back to Woloshuk at the top. Woloshuk cross court to Hayden Lewis. Lewis back to Woloshuk on the near side. Foul line extended, gets it back. Outside to Hayden Lewis. Lewis showing some patience, gets it to Wyrick as the Bulldogs going to change their set here. Look like they go to a 1-4 low. Wyrick gets it to Woloshek on the far side. Foul line extended. His pass is battered away by Rickelman. His pass up ahead to Norman is a little too long. That'll give the ball back to the Green Bulldogs. Eric, a nice defensive effort by Stow, but got a little too anxious on the break and threw it back to him.
Stow for right now has put Harrington on Wyrick, trying to shut him down a little bit, maybe getting a little bit physical with him. Interesting to see what will happen here.
Woloshek cross court to Buckshaw. Carter Buckshaw on the dribble to the top of the key, gets it to Wyrick. Wyrick looking to drive, and like you said, Eric, getting a lot of physicality from Jake Harrington. That time it resulted in a foul. So that'll be Harrington's first foul.
I think Stow's willing to live with that foul. They just want to, get a body on Wyrick and make it a little more challenging for him, especially when he gets near the hoop.
It's the team's second foul. Actually, the score table has that as Harrington's first. I have it as a second. We'll check on that. And for Green, the three-point attempt by Carter Buckshaw is good. His first bucket of the night, and Green has taken their biggest lead at 18-15. Eddie Norman with the ball on the near side. Gets it to Fleischauer. His pass battered away, but picked up by Teichlet. And what do we have? It looks like a foul. That'll put Teichlet at the line. Foul's on number 11, Lewis, his second, team second. And they are going to call that a shot, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that one.
Not sure either.
But that'll send Jack Teichlet to the line, shooting two. First shot up, in and out.
Green came out at the beginning of the quarter, went one possession straight man, and have gone back to a 1-2-2 zone look. Mixing it up, keeping them guessing.
Checking back in for Green, Casey Reichlich. Second shot up and good for Teichlet. He's got three. And
man pressure, full court this time by Stow. But both teams mixing up well defensively.
Stow trailing by two. Woloshek ahead for Green. Working against Norman. Woloshek will back off. Looking for everybody to get where they belong. Now he'll take it off the dribble. He gets a screen. Hands off to Wright. Wright drives the lane and tie-up jump ball. Thought we might have a travel there, but instead the possession will remain with the Green Bulldogs, and they'll trigger it in from beneath their own basket. They set up in a little 1-4 low look here. Pass comes inbounds to Bennett Wright. Hands it back to Wyrick. Wyrick cross court to Ruckshaw, and what do we have?
An off-ball foul on, I think, Norman from Stow here.
Actually, it's going to be Reichelman with the foul. Third team foul, his first. And inbounding in front of the Stow bench is Wyrick. Wyrick gets it into Woloshek. Woloshek will get his teammates set for the play. Dishes inside to Buckshaw, and his pass is battered out of bounds by Norman. That'll give the ball back to Green on the near side. 5:19 remaining. Green leads Stow 18-16. Wyrick inbounds to Woloshek. Woloshek to the near side to Wright. Wright with a left-hand dribble. Gets it back to Buckshaw. Buckshaw to Woloshek. He'll pull up for the three-pointer off the back of the iron. Taken down by Stow. Passed ahead, this time to Norman. Norman will drive, running layup, no good. Looked like he might have got bumped a bit. Instead, Green rebounds, coming back. Woloshek to the baseline. He goes up for the shot. And I think we're going to have a pre-shot foul on Stow.
I think Coach Spottelman's got to be happy with what's going on with his squad right now. Doing a good job in the half-court offense, just really trying to set up the back doors and be patient with what they can get here.
Seth Hartenberg going to check in for Teichlet. For Teichlet. Norman still on the floor for Stow as Green inbounds. thrown way up top and tracked down in the backcourt by Reichlich. He gets it to Wallachek. Wallachek working against Norman out top to Wyrick. Foul line extended left. Wyrick driving the lane, pulls up at the free throw line, kicks it ahead to Zarnicki. Back to Wallachek. Wallachek has it picked by Norman. A 2-on-1 for Stow. A nice bounce pass inside, and going to the hoop was Hartenberg. He was fouled on the way up, and he'll shoot 2.
Excellent defensive possession there by Stow. Harrington's doing an outstanding job right now on Wyrick, getting physical with him and keeping him out of the offense. And steals like that create easy offense, at least opportunities at the other end for Stow.
First shot by Hartenberg off the back of the iron, no good. And we remain at 18-16. Green checking back in is Shaw for Stow. He'll replace Fleischauer. He'll get a break here. 4:29 remaining, first half. Second shot up and good. So Hartenberg's first point on the night, and Stow trails by 1. I want to let you know we'll be joined at halftime by Stow Munroe Falls Athletic Director Kyle Feldman, brother of the head coach for Stow. Looking forward to talking to him. Wyrick in the backcourt. Stow back in that 1-2-2-3 quarter court. Wyrick gets the pass cross court. Left side, trying to drive the lane. Shut off again by Harrington. On the near side, the three-pointer is launched. It's an air ball from Reichlich. Goes out of bounds, and it'll be Stow basketball. 4:10 remaining. They trail by 1.
Harrington not only getting physical, starting to talk to Wyrick a little bit, trying to get in the young man's head.
And with that, Harrington will bring the ball ahead as Fleischauer's on the bench. He gets it to Shaw, to Harrington in the corner. Bounce pass inside to Reichelman. And the ball is batted away by Stow. Coming down to the other end, the running layup blocked by Shaw, and Stow will go back the other way. Shaw to the foul line, tries to make a fake and layup, but lost his footing. The turnover will give the ball back to the Green Bulldogs. And with that, we have Fleischauer returning to the court and giving the break to Reichelman for Stow. So there they are. They're back in their 1-2-2.
Coach Spottelson thought there was a foul down at the other end. The referee saw it differently.
That happens from time to time with coaches and referees.
Very rare. Very rare.
Wire in the backcourt to Reichlich. Back over to Wyrick. He gets it in the middle. Ball kicked to the corner for the three-pointer, and it's right there from David Zarnicki. And Green has taken their biggest lead at 21-17. Fleischauer ahead for Stow.
And that 1-2-2 matchup again.
Fleischauer will hoist a 3. This time no good. Shaw tried to get to the ball on the rebound. Instead, he fouled from behind. That's Thomas Shaw's first foul. And if I have it right, the 15th foul on Stow. And that'll create a shooting situation, putting Drew Finelli to the line for the Bulldogs. And he's in for his first rotation of the night.
Fouls like that are hard to watch sometime as a coach, especially when it's the fifth one that puts the other team at the line.
First shot off the back of the iron. Finelli, a 6'2 sophomore. And with that, returning for Green is number 34, Carter Buckshaw. Finelli at the line for the second of 2. His Bulldogs lead by 4, 3:17 remaining, first half. Second shot up and also off the back of the iron. So Finelli 0 for 2. Coming ahead quickly for Stow. Underneath, and a missed layup by number 14 for Stow. That's Carson Fleischauer all alone, and got a little excited. But the rebound was taken by Stow, and the foul call. Waiting on that. Now, you'll have to forgive us. The fouls are reported to the opposite side. That's going to go against Casey Reichlich, his first and the team's third in this quarter.
Stow really struggling right now offensively. Just 3 points this quarter, and missing some easy shots, but also just struggling to get it going.
Seth Hartenberg hit the first and the second free throws. And it's back to a 2-point ball game. Green leads 21-19. 3:07 remaining. Wallachuk ahead for the Bulldogs. And with that, Coach Spottelson will take a timeout. We'll take this timeout and be right back.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
Back here at Stow High School's James G. Tyree Gymnasium, Ron Whitmer, Eric Whitmer for Fifth Dimension Radio. And Eric, you were just mentioning that Stow's doing a pretty good job of getting Green to turn the ball over, but struggling a bit to finish and not getting the ball down the court with their usual quickness. And when they do, getting ahead of themselves on the layups. 3:03 remaining first half. Inbound to Wallachuk for Green.
Stow went 2-3 zone here on the out of bounds.
Wallachuk will trigger a three-pointer from way out high. Misses almost everything but the backboard. Harrington has it ahead to Norman for Stow on the near side. Norman looking to drive. He'll kick it instead to Fleischauer. Fleischauer backs up on his dribble against Wallachuk between the legs. And Wallachuk staying right there in front of him. Teichlet to Norman to Harrington, and he did travel. Got his feet shuffled a bit there, turning the ball back over to Green.
Green keeps mixing it up on defense, that time back to man-to-man. Stow was in a 2-3 zone last time. Sometimes coaches do that when the other team gets in the bonus, but I think they're back man again here, yes.
Yeah. And I had Teichlet in the game. That was actually Hartenberg for Stow. For Green, the pass goes right out of bounds off the hands of David Zarnicki from the foul line. And that'll turn the ball back over to Stow. So Harrington will trigger it into Fleischauer in the backcourt. 2:17 remaining first half. Fleischauer gets a pick out high, takes the ball foul line extended to the far side. To Harrington in the corner. He'll bring it back out top. He looks to drive. Pulls it up. Fleischauer in the near side corner to the top of the key to Norman. Back to Fleischauer. To Hartenberg. And he nails the baseline jumper, and we are tied. I take it back. It looks like they've given him a 3 on that.
Just behind the line, I think.
So we'll give Stow the 1-point lead with 1:44 remaining in the first half. Wyrick gets the ball in the corner to Reichlich. Reichlich hands, no, he fakes the handoff to Wallachuk, spins, gets it back in the corner for the jumper. That's no good by Zarnicki, taken down by Harrington, who brings the ball on the left-hand dribble ahead to the top of the key to Fleischauer, far side to Norman. Norman picks up his dribble, has to throw it way back out top to Logan Fleischauer. 1:14 remaining first half. Stow leads by 1. Pass in the corner to Norman. Norman looks inside, foul line extended to Carson Fleischauer. To Norman to Harrington at the top of the key. Stow content to run their offense. Ball inside to Norman, jump hook, up, in, out, and back in.
Tough shot there, but he got it to go down, and Stow has turned this thing around here in the last minute.
They've taken a 3-point lead with less than a minute to go. Wallachuk for Green, top of the key to the foul line, kicks it in the corner. Off the dribble is Buckshaw. Buckshaw to the far side, no good by Reichlich from 3, and knocked out of bounds on the rebounds. 2 Green's Bulldogs. And with that, checking back in is Bennett Wright. Wright is another sophomore off the bench for the Bulldogs. Wyrick will toss it in for Green. They're in the 1-4 out of bounds play here on the baseline. Wyrick looking for the lob. Gets it on the lob to Buckshaw. Buckshaw cross court to number 13 Wright to Wyrick. Wyrick working against Harrington. Harrington bodying him up. Wyrick gets by him, but the ball swatted away by Fleischauer, and Stow will come ahead with 18 seconds remaining and a 3-point lead here in the first half. Fleischauer out top. Gets it to Norman. Norman working against Wallachuk. Far side to Carson Fleischauer. His pass is tipped into the backcourt. Well, apparently not tipped. And I think Fleischauer being Logan Fleischauer, Eric, kind of sold the ball being Green's to the referee.
Stow was trying to pull it out for the last shot there, but a costly turnover. Green will get a shot at it here.
3.9 remaining. Inbounds pass to Buckshaw. He'll pull up from 3. Shot is off the back of the iron. Rebound by Stow. That'll take us to halftime. Our score from Stow Monroe Falls High School at the half. The Stow Bulldogs 24, the Green Bulldogs 21. We'll take this timeout and be back with our Edward Jones halftime report.
Hey, students and job seekers, your next big career play starts here. AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. Find local jobs, connect with employers, and get hired fast. It's easy, mobile-friendly, and full of opportunity. Step up, get in the game, and visit AkronWorks.com today because your career deserves a winning drive.
So we're back here at James G. Tyree Gymnasium here at Stow Monroe Falls High School. I'm Ron Whitmer along with Eric Whitmer for Fifth Dimension Radio, and we're joined in the booth by Stow Monroe Falls High School's athletic director and brother of the head coach, Kyle Feldman. Kyle, welcome.
Thank you. I got the Whitmer
thanks.
brothers here, and I got another one on the bench, and he's doing a great job.
Well, I can only hope you're thinking about paying us as well as you're paying him, which is if you're paying him, you're doing a community service there. Now, he's a good man and a wealth of basketball knowledge, as does Eric and my brother Tony. Yep. And I'm just a guy who likes to talk a lot. So my coaching acumen's a little bit in question. So, Kyle, thanks for coming up.
Yep.
We just have a couple of minutes, and I got a couple of things that I hope you're willing to talk a little bit about, and that is here in the Akron area specifically, but in Northeast Ohio, coming up next season and possibly the next season or two after that, there are going to be some significant changes in the leagues, and the Suburban League is being impacted as well as many. Not so much your division of the Suburban League, but there's definitely going to be a change in this league. So can you tell the fans listening at home, what changes we know of for certain, and where Stow plays into all that?
Yeah, good question, because it's confusing.
Yeah.
So Mayfield, Kenston, and Medina are coming in. So I think the easiest way to do it is maybe compartmentalize it a little bit. So Medina's going to be in the big division, which is national.
Right.
Mayfield and Kenston will be in the American division, which is the smaller division. Now, the confusing part is exiting is Cuyahoga Falls, Talmadge, and Camp Roosevelt.
Right.
So those three are exiting. So we've got a 2 replacement there, Kenston and Mayfield. However, the 2 that we're messing with are Nordonia and Brecksville.
When you say messing with, in terms of which division they'll fall in?
Correct.
Okay.
So Nordonia will stay in the national for football only. So then they'll move down to the American for every other sport.
Okay.
And their trading partner is Brecksville. So Brecksville will be in the lower for football, and then they'll be in the upper for every other one. So we're really not messing with Medina. They're in the big. Right? And just those 2 then next year will switch a little for football only.
Okay. So we're going to be back here for a game at the end of the season, and I'm going to quiz you at the end of the season, not only to see if that's still true, but if you can still remember, which, by the way, you did an excellent job in that. So here's a little bit of a tougher question, and you can feel free to take a pass on this one if you want. But it seems from the outside looking in, what I grew up knowing as the Suburban League, kind of the Akron Suburban League, has taken on a new flavor over the years. And seems to be becoming more and more of a Cleveland/Akron in terms of area league. And I guess the tough part of the question is, does that concern you and your fellow administrators and frankly your residents here at Stow? Is that something that maybe, I know you're never going to tell me, yeah, we're looking to move, but are you taking a look at that? Does that matter to you, I guess?
Yeah, the answer is yes. I mean, geography, if you look at in our gymnasium now, I've got the National American Conference up there. I mean, Cuyahoga Falls, Talmadge, and Roosevelt, we have a great history of play.
Right.
I mean, when I played, graduated in 85, I mean, we had some classic games with Roosevelt, Talmadge, and Cuyahoga Falls. I mean, that was our rival. I've got a Route 91 rivalry trophy in my office, and we haven't played them in, 5 years, Cuyahoga Falls? I mean, you got to find the sweet spot of being competitive, but yet I hope those other schools don't ignore us when I ask them to play us. Right. I mean, we're less than 6 miles away, Kent Roosevelt, Cuyahoga Falls. I mean, your people don't want to travel all the time to Medina. They don't want to travel to Solon. I mean, I get it. I like the Solons and the Hudsons.
Sure.
Yeah, Brecksville's a little far. Twinsburg's good. Wadsworth, they have great tradition. So, but it's just not quite the same as a backyard rival.
Is it somewhat accurate to say the dilemma on the part of folks like you and other administrators is, A, you've got to consider geography, right? It costs money to travel. And you also, for a competitive balance, a lot of times that goes along with enrollment. And those two don't always match. And when that changes significantly, it puts a lot of pressure on folks like you. So I, for one, tip my hat to you guys as you continue to try to maintain a competitive balance within the league and still not having to have students out till 11 o'clock at night trying to travel back for a game.
And that's the tough piece. And I think the one piece that we've kind of left off is how the OHSAA has expanded divisions, expanded playoffs. So you kind of used to look and schedule and go, okay, I'll play a bigger school. It'll get me ready. Now, people aren't really thinking about that, right? There's 7 divisions. You're going to make it. And I still think it's important to play a difficult schedule.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? I just, everybody gets in, and then you wonder why. I remember Roosevelt used to wonder why they take an early exit, and I was like, guys, you're not playing anybody, right?
Absolutely.
And going to the Metro and what they're doing, I've told their ADs and administration that I think Roosevelt, Talmadge, and Cuyahoga Falls all should have stayed. That's a little selfish on my part, but I think when you go to the Metro, who are you going to look forward to playing? Right. I'm not sure. Norton, Springfield, Coventry. I mean, I get it. I'm just not sure you can connect.
Yeah, and the hard part is everybody sees it differently depending on their geography and their enrollment. Hey, I want to send you out of here. I could have talked to you for another 20 minutes easy. Send you out with a little Christmas gift here. In case you're feeling a little bit old at this time of the year. The gentleman sitting next to you goes back to when a rivalry also included Ellett. Before Ellett joined the City Series by force, they were a part of that Metro League. And this old guy was a fan of Larry Zonka, one of the most famous Stow Bulldogs of all time.
63. Larry's a great one. As a matter of fact, real quick, we're playing in Week 3 next year football, a Hall of Fame Classic, and we hope he's going to be there. It's Hall of Famers are playing in Canton in Week 3, so I'm setting that up, so it'll be good.
That's awesome. Hey, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate you, Kyle.
We appreciate it. Thank you.
We're going to take this break for 2 messages, Bob, if you got me over there, and we'll be back with the start of the second half.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones Financial Advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. Thestable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. Thestable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here at Stow Monroe Falls High School, Ron Whitmer, Eric Whitmer, Fifth Dimension Radio. Thanks for being with us. I want to thank our halftime guest, Kyle Feldman. As I said, boy, I could talk to him for probably an hour about all that league stuff. But Eric, a quick look at rebounding.
Stow won the rebound battle 11-9. Not a huge discrepancy. Both teams had 6 turnovers, but I think Green had more unforced turnovers, and Stow just struggling to turn those turnovers into points.
So we're underway here. Stow going from left to right on your radio dial. They inbound the ball. Fleischhauer across to Harrington in front of his own bench. He'll go foul line extended to the top of the key to Teichlet, to Norman on the near side. In the corner, launching a three is Harrington, and he nails it. A great start for the Bulldogs as they take their biggest lead of the night, 27-21. Stow over Green. Woloschek pulls up. His shot in and out. Rebound by Fleischhauer for Stow. He's got 3-on-1. He'll keep the dribble, go all the way to the hole, and lay it in. And just like that, Stow is up 29-21.
Green in need of a basket here.
In the top of the key, it's Buckshaw. Buckshaw gets it to Woloschek for Green. He gets it near side to Hayden Lewis, who has started here in the second half for Green. He gets it to Buckshaw on the baseline up top. The three-pointer is in and out. Rebound by Wyrick. He gets the ball back to Zarnicki, who lays the ball in for the Green Bulldogs. Zarnicki has 5, and Green has 23. They trail by 5. Harrington waiting for Fleischhauer to tie that shoe in the backcourt for Stow. He brings it across the timeline. Harrington to Norman on the far side. Norman bounced past top of the key to Teichlet. Teichlet into the lane, traveled because he got a little push from behind.
Definitely got away with a little bit of travel there.
Foul called on number 20. That's Zarnicki, his third foul and the first team foul. But it was in the act of shooting, and that'll send Jack Teichlet to the line, shooting 2. First shot up and good for Teichlet.
Critical spot in the game for Green here. Stow's coming out of the locker room and throwing up a 7-8 point lead here quickly. Green needs to respond now before things get out of hand.
Teichlet's second shot up, also good. Give him 5 on the night and give the Stow Bulldogs an 8-point lead. Woloschek brings it across for the Green Bulldogs. Left-hand dribble into the lane. He pulls up, tries to get it to Buckshaw, can't. The ball's stolen by Teichlet to Harrington in the backcourt. He'll bring it across the timeline for Stow. Harrington to the far side to Norman. Norman, he'll pull up for a 15-footer off the front of the iron. No good. Teichlet taps the ball, goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Green. They're trailing by 8. 6:03 here, just underway in the second half.
Impressed with Stow coming out of the locker room. Seemed to be playing with a greater sense of purpose and intensity here.
Eric, you mentioned this in the first half. Wyrick hit the first 7 points for Green. He'll take a 3 in and out, rebounded by Teichlet. He hasn't scored since.
Yeah.
Fleischauer across the timeline for Stow.
Harrington's done a great job on him.
The three-pointer is no good from the corner by Norman, and you're right. It was a great move by Coach Feldman to shift Harrington onto him. A drive inside by Woloshuk. He got bumped by a couple of guys from Stow. I believe it's going to be Teichlet. Looks like it is.
Younger players, it's important for them to take the challenge, and Woloshuk and Wyckoff both have been challenged tonight, and this is how you grow as a player. Tremendous opportunity for them to step up here and try to make something happen.
Foul was given to Teichlet, his second on half. Inbound underneath Green, and there was a shuffle of the feet there before Zarnicki could get the shot off for Green. That'll give the ball on the turnover back to Stow. Coming in for Green, starter Casey Reichlich back in, and he'll replace Hayden Lewis. Fleischauer in the backcourt, working against Woloshuk, brings it across. Gets to Norman high on the near side. Norman gets a screen from Reichelman. Gets it to Fleischauer. He'll pull up from 15 off the front of the iron. Rebound by Woloshuk for Green. They're coming ahead. They've got numbers. Woloshuk dishes off, but behind Buckshaw, out of bounds. Another turnover from the young Bulldogs. That's starting to catch up with them, Eric, and thus we have an 8-point Stow lead with the ball.
Sounds simple to say, but every time you do that, you lose an opportunity to get a shot on goal there. And some of the turnovers have just been, like I said, unforced. Still have plenty of time.
Reichelman on the foul line extended on the far side, gets it back to Fleischauer for Stow. Hands off to Norman, back to Fleischauer in the corner. Looked like he shuffled his feet. Has a nice dish pass, but not ready for it was Seth Hartenberg, who's checked in for Stow. Goes off of Hartenberg out of bounds, giving the ball back to Green. And Fleischauer sometimes is a little too slick with his passes, and his teammates aren't quite ready for him. Wyrick for Green, top of the key to Woloshuk in the corner to Zarnicki. Far side to Reichlich. Reichlich to Woloshuk in front of his own bench, working against Fleischauer. Now switches off with Norman. His shot from 3 is in and out. Ball batted around, picked up by Harrington. He's got Norman ahead. He's got 3-on-1. Dish to Norman, layup, and good.
Beautiful pass by Harrington in transition.
Give Norman 7 and Green, and give Stow their biggest lead over Green, 33-23 with 3:57 remaining in the quarter. We'll take this timeout.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Back here at Stow Monroe Falls High School, where the Bulldogs lead the Green Bulldogs 33-23, 3:57 remaining. Third quarter, Ron Whitmer, Eric Whitmer, along with the Bobs here for Fifth Dimension Radio. Wishing you all a happy holidays. Wyrick on the far side in front of his bench will trigger it in for Green. Gets it to Woloshuk. Woloshuk on the dribble. Fakes the handoff to Wyrick. Gets it instead in the corner to Zarnicki. Zarnicki looking to work the baseline. Dumps it inside, but ball batted away by Reichelman for Stow. He gets it to Norman in the backcourt. A beautiful pass ahead to his teammate Hartenberg, who can't hit the free throw, and on the rebound we have a foul against Stow, and that's going to go against Thomas Shaw, who's checked back in for the Bulldogs. His second and the team's first of the quarter. 3:32 remaining. Green trails by 10. Wallachek, the point guard for the Bulldogs, gets it to Buckshaw to Wyrick on the far side. Wyrick top of the key, and Wallachek shuffled the feet, giving the ball back on yet another turnover. And Eric, it really has risen up to bite the Green Bulldogs, the turnover bug here in the second half. The young guys are looking like they're a little weary from the first half.
Yeah, this is the time when you really want to kind of push them a little bit mentally to accept the challenge. Stow is definitely turned up the heat here, offensively and defensively. Green is yet to do so. But again, there's still time here midway through the third.
Fleischauer top of the key for Stow. He picks up his dribble. He's looking for help. He gets help and gets the ball back. Looking for Norman on the far side. He'll drive baseline. He gets it top of the key to Reichelman, to Shaw along the baseline. He gets shoved and shoved right out of bounds. So there's a turnover on Thomas Shaw that I got a feel for him. He made a nice move and got a lot of help as he stepped on the baseline. At any rate, it's a turnover. Stow giving the ball back to Green. They need a bucket badly here. Wallachek top of the key, hounded by Shaw. Wallachek picks up his dribble to Reichlich. Reichlich kicks it out to the far side. Buckshaw, his three is right there, and that's just what the doctor ordered for the Green Bulldogs.
Big basket there.
Buckshaw with his second three. He's got 6 on the night, and Green trails by 7. Fleischauer's dribble crossover goes off of Wyrick's foot and out of bounds. Coach Spottelson doesn't agree, but that is what happened. And Stow will maintain possession in front of their own benches. Shaw, he gets it in the corner. Lob pass to Reichelman, who gets a big shove from behind by Zarnicki. Zarnicki's 4th foul unofficially, and that'll send Reichelman to the line shooting 2.
Nice side out of bounds play by Stow there, and got a post up down on the block with no help behind, and forced Green into a foul.
Reichelman to the line for the second time tonight. He's 2 for 2, looking to continue that perfection. 2:10 remaining here, third quarter. First shot up off the back of the iron and drops through. I don't know if we count that as a shooter's touch or not, Eric, but he's going to take it. He's going to take it.
I think that's a stretch to call it that, but it found its way home.
Hey, the man was 2 for 2. I'm calling it a shooter's touch. He's 3 for 3 and dribbles, prepares for his next one. It's off the back of the iron, but rebound by Reichelman. Outside, Fleischauer thought about a 3, instead is going to bring it out and get his teammates into a set. They're running out of a 1-2-2 set this time. Shaw gets a screen from Fleischauer. Fleischauer gets the pass from Harrington, gets it to Shaw, and we got an offensive foul on an illegal screen. I'm not sure. They're going to hit Hartenberg with that, his second foul, and the team's second, or actually team's third foul here in the half.
Coach Feldman really trying to stay in the minds and hearts of his players, pushing them out there not to get content. Long way to go.
Wallachek top of the key. He'll pull up and hoist a 3 off the iron. No good. Rebound taken down by Harrington for Stow. He kicks it ahead to Fleischauer. Fleischauer on the dribble. Top of the key working against Wallachek. Now he'll back off. Look to run a play. And Wallachek does a nice job tipping the ball away. And what do we have? And over and back. The referee is trying to explain to Fleischauer why it's over and back. Eric, the ball was clearly tipped by the defender into the backcourt. I'm not sure of that call.
I'm not sure what he was calling. I think he was trying to say that someone had control, but either way, I think it should have been Stow's basketball.
Ethan Wyrick triggers it inbounds to Wallachek for Green. Wallachek top of the key hits Buckshaw on the foot, who picks up the loose ball, gets it back to Wyrick. Wyrick and hounded that time by Harrington to the point where he's going to get hit with his, I believe, his second foul. They're going to say it's his third, which confirms what I had earlier, that what they put on the board and what they announce are two completely different things, but we're going to call that the third on Harrington. And the fourth team foul on Stow. 1:12 remaining in the quarter. Wyrick looking to drive the lane. Hounded by Harrington. He'll have to give it up to Reichlich. He'll drive baseline, passes, and the ball's tipped out of bounds by Thomas Shaw for Stow. That'll give the ball back to the Green Bulldogs on there. They're going to put them on the sideline now. Sideline inbound.
Harrington continues to do a great job defensively, just running through screens and staying with Wyrick and making everything difficult for him.
Woloschuk has the inbound to the line lane, pulls it up, in and out, 14-footer, no good. Rebound by Norman ahead to Harrington. Harrington for Stow. He'll take it all the way to the hole. His shot is no good, doesn't matter. The foul was called before the shot. That'll be the fourth team foul on Green. And that's the first on Chase Woloschuk.
Woloschuk's done a great job of getting his shot off, but I think 3 or 4 times now that thing's just gone in and out. He can't get it to go down right now.
Right, yeah, he's got just 4 points, sophomore. Inbound to Rickelman. He'll pull up for a 6-footer, in and out for Stow. Rebounded by Buckshaw for Green. Ahead to Wyrick. Wyrick, the sophomore, left-hand dribble. Pulls up, gets it to Buckshaw across court. To Hayden Lewis now at the top of the key. Back to Buckshaw. He'll drive, baseline. He gets to the hole, but before the shot, well, he said no shot, but he's pointing to the line. Well, it's because we're now in the bonus. So 2 shots. Foul was on Andrew Reichelman, his 3rd foul, according to me, and 2nd according to the scoreboard. At the line is Buckshaw for Green. Off the back of the iron, no good with his first one. He'll have 1 more coming. Buckshaw with 6 points on the night. Checking back in for the Stow Bulldogs is Fleischhauer. Second shot is up and good by Carter Buckshaw. Give him 7 and give Stow a 7-point lead. Harrington in the front court. So Green's Eric done a nice job of hanging in there. It looked like the game was about to get away from them, and here they are, just down 17 just before the end of or down 7, I'm sorry, before the end of the third quarter. Stow with the ball in the forecourt. On the far side, Reichelman gets it to Harrington. He's going to the basket and is almost tackled by number 13. That is Bryce Mitchell. I'm sorry, I've done that twice now. That's Bennett Wright for Green. They're charging him with his 2nd. Team 5th. And Harrington to the line. The senior will have 2 shots. First shot up and good. Give Harrington 4 and give Stow the 8-point lead here. 6.6 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Second shot, right there. Harrington with 5 and Stow with a 9-point lead. Wyrick quickly ahead, 3 seconds, pulls up three-pointer, no good. And that'll take us to the end of the third quarter where Stow leads Green 36-27. We'll take this 60-second timeout and be right back.
Jobs for Ohio's Graduates, JOG for short, is a workforce readiness nonprofit covering Northeast Ohio, including Ashland, Medina, Stark, Summit, and Trumbull counties, helping youth ages 14 to 24 and adults complete their education, develop soft skills, and start their careers. To make this possible, we need people like you to support the next generation of the workforce and partner with JOG today. Go to jogworks.org, JOGWORKS.org for more ways to mentor and hire JOG participants, attend events, and more.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, "I'll get around to it someday," Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started toward your retirement goals. Or if you're in retirement and want a second opinion, let's talk. Edward Jones financial advisor Vince Rosnack can help. Stop by or call Vince today at 234-571-9913 to set an appointment. Or stop by the office at 529 Canton Road in Ellett, across from Eastgate Plaza.
Back here at Stow High School, Ron Whitmer, Eric Whitmer on Fifth Dimension Radio. Thanks for joining us tonight on Christmas Eve, where Stow leads the Green Bulldogs 36-27 as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Right now, if you're Coach Bottleson, you want to see some fire from your young guys, just to compete and try to get back in this.
And just like that, they try to get the ball inside. Looks like it may be a foul on Fleischhauer for Stow. Here's his first personal, team first here in the fourth quarter. And inbounding, Wyrick gets the ball back for Green. He's driving into the lane and has it knocked out of bounds from behind by Harrington. And boy, Wyrick had a clear path to the hoop. Don't know if Harrington got a piece of the arm or not, but the end result is Green's basketball underneath their own basket. Wyrick looking to trigger it in, tosses it out top to Hayden Lewis. Lewis is the senior. He gets it to the side. I take that back. Yeah, Lewis is a senior. Wyrick has the ball now at the foul line. Spin dribble, gets it back to Lewis. He'll drive baseline, and he'll hit the tough 2-foot jump shot.
Nice finish by that young man. Still hanging around, down 7. 7 minutes to go.
Fleischhauer drives for Stow, tries to dish it inside. They kick it out to Harrington for 3. His shot off the back of the iron. Rebound by Stow to Fleischhauer. He fakes the 3. Now he'll back off and look for help. Seth Hartenberg in there that time, fighting for the rebound, along with Jack Teichlet.
Green extending their man-to-man here a little bit.
Fleischhauer on the dribble, working against Wyrick. Great name for that young man, too. He's tall and wiry. Norman on the near side for Stow to Fleischhauer in the corner. Lobs back out top to Norman. He picks up his dribble, gets it to Harrington in front of the Stow bench. Harrington, foul line extended to Norman along the baseline. Norman picks up the dribble again, looking for help, and with that, Coach Chet Feldman wants to talk to his guys. As he does, we'll take this 30-second timeout and be right back.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Just the game. They have 11.
Back here at Stow High School, and as you probably heard, we're joined by the Stow Pep Band right next to us. So I apologize if that was a bit overwhelming, but it's always nice to have the Pep Bands here. And it seems, Eric, and I know you're new with us here for the most part, but wherever we are, the Pep Bands find us. So we get a little cozy with them, but they're sounding great tonight and in the holiday mood as their Bulldogs lead by 7. Harrington triggers it in from the baseline. 3-point shot by Hartenberg is no good, and the rebound on the tie-up, it looks like Jake Harrington's going to pick up the foul. And now they're saying his third foul. So we're going to go with the score table. Harrington's third.
Stow picking back up, three-quarter court here.
And Wyrick picks up his dribble in the backcourt. Green's got to get it across. They do. Near side, 3-point effort off the iron, no good. Rebounded by Stow. That shot was from Bennett Wright. Fleischhauer takes the rebound, gets it to Norman across the timeline for Stow. Back to Fleischhauer, dangerously close to the midcourt line. Spin dribble, hands back off to Hartenberg. Hartenberg on the far side to Teichlet. To Harrington on the at the top of the key to Fleischhauer. To Eddie Norman in the corner. He'll back off on the left-hand dribble against Wyrick. Gets it across to Jack Teichlet. Teichlet up high, picks up the dribble, gets it back to Norman on the near side. Norman willing to run a little clock here. Stow trying to be patient. Wyrick now guarding Fleischhauer with the ball. To Teichlet. To Hartenberg to Harrington in the corner. To Norman. Norman back out top. Very deliberate offense now from Stow. Fleischhauer out top. Harrington. He'll drive. Foul line now back off on the dribble. Ball back to Harrington and might have got away with the travel. Ball's backed out to Fleischauer. Lobs inside. The shot no good by Teichlet. He fights for the rebound, and just what Stow didn't need, stopping the clock and picking up the foul, is Jack Teichlet, his third foul.
Stow very deliberate in that possession, drawing Green out. I thought maybe they could hit a back door there, but missed an easy one there and then fouled right afterwards, which never helps.
Right, and that gives Green a chance to get right back in the game here with a score on this trip. Wyrick hands the ball off to Hayden Lewis. Lewis, the senior, gets the ball to David Zarnicki, his other senior, to Wyrick in the corner. His three-pointer, no good. Green really having trouble hitting the long ball, but the rebound by Zarnicki and put back in for Green makes it a 5-point game with 4:34 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And we're going to keep it right here this time, because it's time for me to remind you that you need something to do after you've filled up on those holiday meals and all the gifts have been opened and a little tired, but you're not ready to go to bed. Well, I got something for you. Open up that computer, laptop, take out that smartphone, do a search on Fifth Dimension Radio on the YouTube application, and you'll be able to not only hear Eric and I, again, a rebroadcast of this game, but you'll see pictures with it. It's the video replay that's on the Fifth Dimension Radio /10 Cent Beer Night YouTube webpage, and you get a chance to see, as I always say, all the mistakes that I've made throughout the game. And try to limit those every week. Some of them are pretty comical, how off I was, but this is a good one. It's a close game, and not an artistic game, I wouldn't say, Eric. A very low-scoring game, but a battle just the same.
Casey Reichlich for Green doing a lot of the dirty work on the boards. Had a really nice controlled tap there, fighting, and that's what you're looking for. 5-point ball game.
Stow inbounds. Green showing some full court pressure here. Harrington ahead for Stow. He gets it to Hartenberg, and the ball's tossed outside to Fleischauer. His pass battered away by Reichlich, and a foul going to be called on Fleischauer, I think. Yes, it is.
Couple possessions in a row. Green has chosen to come out and do a little jump trap on the ball. That time they created a turnover.
That is the fourth team foul. So for the rest of the quarter, Green's going to be shooting the bonus. Wyrick ahead, trailing by just 5. Foot gets in the way of the ball, and it's turned over to Stow. Fleischauer going to the hole. He's bumped pretty hard by Zarnicki, and I believe before he got in his shooting motion, so it should be Stow ball out of bounds.
Love seeing Rickelman for Stow get on the floor there and secure that steal.
Unfortunately for Green, that's David Zarnicki's 5th personal foul, so he'll take a seat for the rest of the game, and Bennett Wright will replace him for the Green Bulldogs. Stow will inbound on their own baseline. Jake Harrington, the senior, looking to trigger it in. He gets it into Rickelman, back to Harrington, drives the lane, kicks it in the corner, back to Harrington. Foul line extended, spins to the lane, gets it back to Rickelman, in the corner to Norman. Stow very content to continue to move the ball. Passed up a couple of decent shots that time. Fleischauer out top, handling the ball with a 5-point lead.
Green really picking up the pressure.
They are indeed. Norman picked up his dribble and is being hounded by Buckshaw. Ball gets to Harrington, back to Norman. Harrington way out on the logo. 3:36 remaining. Stow leading by 5. Harrington on the baseline. Tries to get it to the hole. Got a little nudge from behind. Looked like it came from Wyrick. That'll give the Bulldogs, the Stow Bulldogs, the ball back. And that was Ethan Wyrick, the sophomore. That's his first team foul, our first personal and second team foul here in the quarter. So Stow will be inbounding on the baseline. A little moisture from players perspiring and hitting the floor. So we'll take a quick break here. But Eric, Green's just ever since they got down early here in the second half, they put the end to the bleeding and have just kind of hung in there. And it's, to me, anybody's ball game at this point.
They've definitely picked up the intensity. They need to stay awake on this out-of-bounds play here.
Harrington inbounds, and we got a foul on the inbound, an offensive foul. Who are they going to give that one to? Third foul on Andrew Reichelman, the senior. So it gives the ball back to Green. And another opportunity to cut into the Stow lead that had made it to 10, possibly 12, I think, just for one trip. At any rate, it's down to 5, and Green has the ball with Woloshek. Chase Woloshek at the top of the key, the sophomore. Gets it to Buckshaw. Buckshaw in the corner, now on the baseline is Wyrick working against Harrington. Inside to Reichlich, to Buckshaw. Nice pass, but the ball is swatted out of the air. Coming away is Fleischauer for Stow, and he's fouled as he crosses the timeline. Looks like the foul most likely going against number 11, and that's Hayden Lewis.
Stow needs to get something going offensively here. I know they want to run some clock, but offense is stagnated right now. And, again, Green's just hanging around.
And that's the third team foul on Green. Green already shooting the bonus, though still 2 fouls away with 3 minutes remaining fourth quarter. Fleischauer working against Woloshek. Been a battle all night. Green looking to double. Cross-court pass, now tossed back out top to Eddie Norman. Norman being hounded. Gets it to Fleischauer on the near side. Lob pass back to Norman. Top the key, he'll drive the lane, running, layup good. Eddie Norman's been a little bit quiet tonight. Give him 9 on the night, but that's a big night with a score 38-31. Green back to the other end. Woloshek, nice dish inside, but not handled. And ball rolling loose, picked up by Jake Harrington for Stow. Hayden Lewis couldn't handle the great dish from Woloshek. Stow comes away with it. Harrington into the forecourt, top of the key, backs off now to Norman near the timeline. Norman against Woloshek, 2:11 remaining. Harrington on the far side in front of his own bench, and he's hounded and fouled intentionally by number 3, Casey Reichlich, the senior.
I think Green wanted that foul there so that the next one would put them in the bonus.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it. The intentional, just to get them to where they needed to be to stop the clock. They're down by 7, and there's that 5th foul, and I'll send Harrington the line. So, Eric, as you had mentioned, it looks like Coach Spottelson has decided this is, with only a little over 2 minutes to go and a 7-point deficit, he's going to play the foul game for a while and see if he can't get back closer.
Stow's going to need to knock down their free throws here, obviously, as they got that one to go.
That's Jake Harrington. Give him 6 points on the night. Looking for 7. And seeking to make it a 9-point Stow lead. Second shot up and good. So the senior now has 7, and Stow has their 9-point lead with 2 minutes exactly remaining. Buckshaw for Green. Cross court to Wyrick. Green just having a hard time getting the ball in the basket. And boy, there's a big one that they needed. Wyrick hit the shot. Harrington hit Wyrick. The shot went in. And Wyrick will go to the line for 1 point or 1 free throw. Also a big foul because that's the senior Harrington's 4th personal foul. So Wyrick, his first points since the first part of the first quarter. His free throw, however, is no good. Ball rebounded by Green. Baseline drive, nice move that time by Hayden Lewis. His second bucket of the night. Give him 4, and we're back to a 5-point ball game. Green with the pressure. Stow gets it across the timeline. Eddie Norman picks up his dribble, gets it to eventually to Fleischauer. Fleischauer driving, and he's hounded and fouled, looks like by Woloshek for Green, just his second. But as we said, we're in the bonus for Stow. That'll send Fleischauer, the sophomore, to the line.
Impressed what I'm seeing here with Green. The young team, but they haven't quit, and a great surge here at the end. Going to need a few key stops here defensively to have a chance.
Yeah, I think it's real interesting that the first free throw is good by Fleischauer. That in that brief Stow onslaught at the beginning of the second half, Green really looked tired, but they found a second win here, and you're right, Eric, putting on a lot of pressure. Second free throw good, and that gives Stow a 7-point lead with 1:26 remaining. Very important for Green to score this time. Woloshek into the lane. His pass to Reichlich goes out of bounds, and he'll give the ball back to Stow with 1:17 remaining. And I'm going to guess we'll see a foul pretty quickly here from Green. Inbound to Norman. Norman on the dribble, trying to find a teammate. Gets it to Harrington, and with a little bit of clock issues, Coach Chet Feldman wisely takes a timeout. And let's see if we got our bills paid here. You know what? We got time for a wild card timeout, Bobby. So let's take this 30-second break, and we'll be back.
Hi, this is Ronnie Kemmer, owner of Cambria's Bistro. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Cambria's Bistro is a family-owned establishment that brings together the best of two worlds, the rich traditions of Italian cuisine and the contemporary favorites of a pub and grill. Reservations are not required but recommended by calling 330-331-5282 or 330-331-5357. We offer a casual dining atmosphere that is great for a family dinner, date night, or a special celebration. We feature a wonderful wine list with selections from Sicily to Napa Valley. We also have a great bar menu with specialty cocktails, many beers, on-tap beers, ciders, and seltzers. Cambria's Bistro also features San Pellegrino sparkling water. We are located in the heart of downtown Wadsworth at 132 Main Street. Come see us soon.
Back here at Stow High School, we missed the inbound. The ball came inbound to Seth Hartenberg for Stow, but he inadvertently stepped on the sideline, and that kind of leaves the door open here for Green. They still trail by 7 with just 1:09, but they didn't have to foul that time to get the ball back. And if they Eric, I'm going to guess Coach Spottelson is trying to draw up something for a three-point attempt here. Not only do they need a quick score, but they need as many points per possession as possible. So we'll see what happens with that.
I don't think you necessarily need a three here. If you can get to the rim, you're in the bonus. Certainly you want to take the three if you get a good look at it, but you want to get a shot up as quickly as possible and see what happens from there.
The ball will be inbounded on the near side at the 38-foot line, as they call it. I think I got that right. I think it's the 38 feet. I should go down there and measure one of these days just to be sure. It'll be Buckshaw, Carter Buckshaw, another of the sophomores. He'll inbound on the near side and having trouble, and he'll take a timeout. So not what Coach Spottelson wanted, but in Buckshaw's defense, he really didn't have anybody to throw it to, and you definitely don't want a turnover in that situation. So for the sophomore to take the timeout, other than the fact that it's the team's last timeout, but I don't know. How would you play that, Eric? Are you willing to risk the turnover, which appeared pretty imminent, or do you want to save that possession?
You got to save the possession for sure, but typically you like to have a second option on the out of bounds just to make sure you get it in. Certainly you try to score as quickly as you can off of a set out of bounds play, but if not, you want to have that second option just to get it in so you don't have to burn a timeout there.
Okay, so again, this is according to the scoreboard. We are opposite the score table, so occasionally they've been in disagreement tonight, but it appears that Green has taken their final timeout. Stow still has 3 left, and this makes it even more important of a possession here for the Green Bulldogs. They trail by 7, 42-35. Please stay with us for the post-game show, where we'll announce our player of the game, Cambria Bistro. Inbound, pass stolen away by Fleischauer for Stow, and that might do it. The pass is given up by Fleischauer to Norman, but I think the foul was going to be against Green's number 3, Casey Reichlich, his 3rd. That'll send the sophomore Logan Fleischauer to the line for the Stow Bulldogs. First shot up and good.
If Green is not able to come back and get this tonight, they're really going to look at the turnovers, the unforced turnovers, and struggling to get going offensively at different times in the game. But the turnovers have been very costly for
Drew Finelli back in off the bench. Second shot, no good, but rebounded by Stow. Coming down with it was Jack Teichlet, and they get the ball up top to Harrington. They'll have to foul again right away. So we may be with you for a while as long as Green thinks they've got a shot here and can continue to send Stow Bulldogs to the line. So the senior Harrington, who's 4 for 4 from the line tonight for 7 points. First shot up and good. Give him 8 points on the night, and he'll try to make it a double-digit deficit with 51.6 remaining. Second shot by Jake Harrington. Up and good. Harrington has 10, and Stow has a 10-point lead, 45-35, 48 seconds remaining. Woloshuk for Green, spins into the lane, kicks it out to Buckshaw. He'll drive the lane. He's looking for a 3-point opportunity to Woloshuk, who will dribble, pull up for a 15-footer off the iron. No good. Rebounded by Logan Fleischauer. Fleischauer picks up his dribble, gets it ahead to Harrington. Harrington to Teichlet underneath the basket, who will just dump the ball into the hoop. And Stow appears to have salted this one away with a 12-point lead, 18 seconds remaining. There's Wyrick. We've been waiting for that for some time. Hits the 3 for Green. It's 47-38, but just 12 seconds remaining. Into the forecourt, ball to Hartenberg, and he's fouled with 6.9 remaining. Hartenberg will go to the line and shoot 2. So, Eric, player of the game. You and I discussed it the last break. I'm going to let you tell the people who it is and why it is.
Well, Jacob Harrington for Stow, the moment he was put on Wyrick, really shut him down, turned this game around. It affected Green's offense tremendously that he was not able to get in 15 feet and closer to create offense for Green. Harrington not only bodied him up defensively, but just bulldozed his way through screens and made it really tough. And a big night defensively for Harrington.
So both free throws were made by Hartenberg. Coming down to the other end, Chase Woloshuk got a last-second bank shot to go. That'll bring our final to 49-40, the Stow Bulldogs over the Green Bulldogs. Once again, our Cambria's Bistro player of the game, Jake Harrington. And Eric, you were not here for this, but Bob Fritz, our owner and cameraman, reminds me that Jake Harrington, in our coverage of the Stow-Barberton football game this year, won a Player of the Game award. So he's our first multi-sport Player of the Game on Fifth Dimension Radio. But as you mentioned, if you had to check off one turning point in the game, I agree with you. I think it's when Coach Feldman said, hey, go shut that guy down, because Ethan Wyrick, the sophomore for Green, had 7 points in the first 3 to 4 minutes of the game. The only points for his team up to that point. Harrington started guarding him. He didn't score again until the fourth quarter, where he did pick up 5 points in the fourth quarter and finished for 12. I think a lot to like here about the Green Bulldogs, though. Their young players certainly made some youth-type mistakes that ultimately probably cost them the game, but they did some really good things, too. And Coach Bottleson, I think he's on the right track, and unfortunately for them, the league they play in is going to be a real test for the young guys, but they showed some certain promise tonight.
Yeah, what you're looking for there is how do they respond mentally when things don't go well, when you're not knocking down shots, when someone takes away your game offensively. Are you looking for other things you can do to help your team have success out on the floor? And I think there was some real growth there on Green at the beginning of that fourth quarter, and they hung around all night. They really weren't out of it until about the last minute of the game. And there's a lot there to grow upon, and I think, a bright future with a couple really outstanding sophomores for Green. And yes, you're right, though. It's not going to get any easier. All the more reason you have to stay strong mentally moving forward.
Absolutely. So we're going to pay some bills here. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back to talk a bit about Stow and what they were able to do well tonight, and talk about them getting 2 straight wins and see where they're headed in terms of the rest of the regular season as we approach the holidays. So we'll take this time out, and we'll be back with more.
Hi, this is Christian Oswald, chef at Cambria's Bistro on Main Street in Wadsworth. Come in and join us for dinner Tuesday through Thursday, 4 to 9, and 12 to 9 Friday and Saturday. Join us and let us make you authentic Italian dishes from scratch, and for our weekly specials. They're always changing, so come get them while they last. If you want a sneak peek at our menu, check out our Facebook page or website at www.cambriasbistro.com. www.cambriasbistro.com.
Horse racing is a great sport, and now you can have a horse in the race. Own a little and love it a lot. Thestable.ca is an award-winning horse ownership experience. Purchase as little as 1% of a racehorse and pay a set monthly fee. No surprises, modest investment, low risk, and completely accessible and transparent operations. Thestable.ca offers a unique, engaging racehorse ownership experience and features great customer service and consistent updates about your horse. Our innovative video production team tracks your horse's training progress, and clients are encouraged to visit the horses at any time. Thestable.ca is right for harness racing, and if you want to have a horse in the race, it's right for you too. For more information about The Stable, email Anthony at thestable.ca or call 519-400-4263.
Back here at Stow High School, where Stow Monroe Falls Bulldogs beat the Green Bulldogs 49-40. So, Eric, just before the break, we talked about what we did like about the Green Bulldogs. Let's take a quick look at what did we see that we liked about the Stow Bulldogs tonight.
Well, what I really like about Stow, I've seen them twice now, is they have a decent amount of depth, and they have enough talent and physical strength to get better. And, sometimes as a coach, you can look at your squad and say, well, how good can we get? And I think the ceiling is pretty high for Stow. For coaches, the challenge is always to look at your team honestly. Like I said before the game, you can sometimes get caught up in how many games you win or lose, but the focus, it needs to be on, are we getting better? Are we getting better every day at practice? Are we getting better individually and collectively? And I think Stow has enough players out there where you're going to see some of those guys grow as the season goes along. And they've got some real steady guys in Norman and Harrington, and this sophomore Logan Fleischauer has a huge upside. But it's going to take some experience, and of course you only get experience by playing. But I like Stow's team as far as the potential side, and yet we both have talked about the schedules for these teams, and they're just not really off nights. So, but my encouragement to all these young men is stay mentally focused and work on getting better individually and collectively within your team as you move forward. Stow's got a nice upside, I think.
Absolutely. So let's take a real quick look at some statistics. For the Green Bulldogs, Chase Woloshuk had 2 field goals and 2 free throws for 6 points. Casey Reichlich, the senior, had a field goal for 2 points. Drew Finelli was 0 for 4, unfortunately, from the line, did not score. Hayden Lewis had 2 buckets in the fourth quarter for 4 points. Bennett Wright off the bench, the sophomore, had 3 buckets for 6 points. David Zarnicki had 3 and 2 other buckets for his 7 points. Carter Buckshaw, another sophomore, had a 2, 3, and 1 for 2 from the line night for 7 points. And they were led by Ethan Wyrick, the sophomore, who had 7 first quarter points, ended up with 12 points on the night. So that's for Green. Offensively for Stow, a lot of guys contributing. Andrew Reichelman has 3 for 4 from the line for 3 points. Jake Harrington, our player of the game, just one field goal, a three-pointer, but 6 for 6 for the line for 9 points on the night for Harrington. Jack Teichlet had a 7-point night with 3 for 4 from the line and 2 field goals. Eddie Norman, one of their leading scorers, didn't shoot the ball a whole lot, but had a 3 and 3 other buckets for his 9 points. Seth Hartenberg off the bench, the junior, had 8 points on 5 for 6 from the line, along with a 3-pointer for his 8. And the sophomore Logan Fleischauer, again, a solid floor night and 13 points on 2 threes, 2 other field goals, and 3 for 4 from the line for his 13. The final again, Stow over Green 49-40. Anybody stand out to you in terms of rebounds?
Yeah, Casey Reichlich for Green, 6-foot senior, pulled down 8 rebounds, and the sophomore Logan Fleischer for Stow had 5 rebounds. But I think the biggest stat of the night is the 16 turnovers by Green. Ron, I would say at least half of those were unforced.
Right.
And again, when they look at the film, that's going to be the hard part to watch, because those are key possessions, and they add up, and you lose the opportunity to score. And most of the night they were within 5 points, and had they not turned it over as often, this game could have taken on a different feel to it.
Yeah, and as we saw from their schedule early in the season, they've taken it on the chin a few times this year. So I got to believe that Coach Spottelson is looking at this as progress, not the rapid progress that everybody would love, but progress. We're going to take our final time out to hear from Jog and Screen Print Originals. We'll take a quick look at the scoreboard and talk briefly about next week and wish everybody a happy holiday. So we'll be right back.
Summit County. Ready to score big in your career? Check out AkronWorks.com, your local job board powered by Jobs for Ohio's graduates. It's mobile-friendly, easy to use, and full of opportunities to connect with local employers. Whether you're looking to get hired or hire talent, JOG makes it simple. Don't wait on the sidelines. Visit AkronWorks.com today and take your career to the end zone.
Tired of boring off-the-rack tees? Want to express your unique style or promote your business? How about create an unforgettable memory? Call us at Screen Print Original, 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. We bring ideas to life. We offer high-quality DTF transfers on a variety of apparel, ensuring vibrant colors and lasting designs, from custom creations to bulk orders, all for you. If you have an idea, give us a call at 330-414-1635, 330-414-1635. You can also drop us a line at screenprintoriginal@gmail.com. We look forward to serving you.
Ron Whitmer with Eric Whitmer back here at James Tyree Gymnasium at Stow Monroe Falls High School, and Fifth Dimension Radio's Game of the Week. Quick look around the Suburban National scoreboard for tonight. Earlier today, Nordonia beat Lutheran West 56-54. Medina beat North Royalton 50-43. And the only other score from this division that we have right now is our score, where Stow Monroe Falls Bulldogs beat the Green Bulldogs 49-40. A little light schedule here as we are on Christmas Eve. So from me and mine to you and yours, I want to wish everybody not only a Merry Christmas, but though we'll be with you next week before the New Year, I'm going to jump ahead and wish you a Happy New Year as well. Eric, any greetings you want to send out there? Or
yeah,
final
a couple. It was just kind of a kick to do this tonight with our brother Greg sitting over there on the Stow sideline. All of our family just have a peace-filled Christmas season. And then just one quick thing, Ron. I'm always going to have a heart for basketball coaches, because if you want to see basketball coaches shop, tomorrow will be the day.
Yeah,
and they'll be out there. And it's funny, because when I was coaching I'd go out on the 24th, and sure enough, you'd run into other guys.
Yeah, absolutely. It happens time and again. And, the last couple of years that I've been out of coaching, I took great pride in being done before this time last year. I do have one left, so I'll be out there somewhere tomorrow and say hi if you see me. Next Tuesday night, we'll be at Coventry High School. Looking forward to this one. Coventry's actually off to a pretty good start. Lake is traditionally a pretty strong team, so it's Lake at Coventry. And, Bob, you're right to my right here. Now, we got caught by surprise here tonight with the 5 o'clock start. We're pretty confident it's a 7 o'clock start. So, airtime, and we apologize, folks, but in basketball, unlike football, you got a JV game ahead of you, at least one game ahead of you. So you're at the mercy of how long that game goes. So if you tune in at 6:45 and you hear Bob's Oldie Show, which I encourage you to do that, and you don't hear basketball, hang in there. We'll be with you as soon as the 15-minute mark before the start of the varsity game. So, again, next Tuesday, it's a Lake at Coventry. I want to take this opportunity. It's, different people have different thoughts about the holidays. They're one of my favorite times of year. And I want to thank the Bobs, Bob Fritz, our owner and cameraman, and Bob Felmley, our engineer. There's certainly, I say this all the time, but there's certainly better things that they could have been doing tonight, including, if they're like coaches, last-minute shopping. Though I doubt that Mr. Felmley is so organized, I am sure he has all his shopping done. But I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And one last personal comment. I had my second grandchild was born this week, and we want to welcome Simon Robert into the fold and wish my daughter and my son-in-law and my current grandson, Riley, all the best with their new family member, Simon Robert. So welcome to the world, Simon, and before you know it, it's going to be a new year. Thanks, everybody, for listening. We'll talk to you next Tuesday night on New Year's Eve. This is Ron Whitmer for Eric Whitmer, and the final, once again, from Stow, the Stow Bulldogs 49, the Green Bulldogs 40. Have a good night.
You've been listening to Fifth Dimension Radio's Sports Special, where we bring you live high school sports. And we'll be announcing more exciting games coming up in the near future, so keep it on Fifth Dimension Radio. This is your announcer, Bob. Good night.